welcome back to the Wood and Metal Workshop. Today we're just going to do a quick video on doing some re-gluing on this little shelf here. We had this hanging up in our bathroom for a few years, and the glue just kind of wore out, and it fell off the wall, and it just fell to pieces. So I took it all the way apart. You can see it's actually really well stained and it's really nice, but it could use some touching up and some re-gluing. We're just going to do a quick glue up and some touch up of some of the spots, just so then the glue will adhere right. I'm going to use the same fasteners that were already in it because they're still decent. Doesn't look like they're not damaged or bent or busted at all. So why replace them? All I have to do is hammer them back out to this point, and then just put them back in, reset them after it's all glued up and clamped together. So let's get started. First thing, like I said, you want to get these nails driven back out, just so that they're flush with the piece. There. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my sander, my random orbit sander, and just sand the areas where it was glued, because I can see some glue. They didn't put much on there. They didn't put enough on there, and that's why it came loose. Plus, it was in a restroom, and it gets steamy when you take a shower, and it probably compromised the glue. So we're going to use some better stuff. We're going to use the Gorilla Wood Glue. I've read the reviews on the Gorilla Glue. It's been said that this works a lot better than some of its big box competitors. So let me go grab my wrapping over center, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, we're back. Got my sander all set up, ready to go. We're going to go with 80 grit paper, because this is just taking off some of the old glue and some of the stain that had built up in the edges after it was put together, just so we can get a nice good glue surface for when we re-glue this thing. So I'm going to hop on here and let's get this done. As you see, I didn't do that good of a job taking care of the nails. I did get one poke through. Damaged it a little bit, but that was my fault. Completely my fault. And it looks like I'm taking off the stain with me, so I'm probably just gonna sand this entire thing down and restain it. That was my fault entirely. Oops. Well, that's what happens when you try to half-ass things, I guess. So we're going to get a lot more sanding done, I guess. So I'm going to switch sandpaper here and switch to a new piece of 80 grit, because I kind of marred that one up. This time I took the nails completely out, so we're not going to damage it again. So we're going to hit it with 80, and then we're going to jump to 120, and then we're going to finish it off with a 220 grit sandpaper, just so we have a nice finish for when we go to restain and we go to poly. So I'm just going to go to town here. Yay, sanding! It's fun! now that the major faces are done, I'm going to throw them in my woodworking clamp and get this taken the rest of the way apart. I didn't see the screws. And get these parts sanded down, and then get these edges hand sanded, because I don't want to screw up this very nice beveled edge. And the rod here, which I don't have a round sander of any kind, so I have to do this by hand as well. So I'm going to take care of that, and I'll bring it back when we're ready to glue this up. Alright guys, so after sanding it down with the 80 grit and some 60, I noticed that some of my sanding kind of marred up some of the routed edges of this piece, and honestly the only good way to get the stain out of this little heart indentation in this piece here would be to rerouter it. So we're going to go in with our little home router here, one of our finds at an auction. Gotta find the right size router bit for it. We're back. When I was sanding, I kind of fudged up this bevel here, so we're gonna re-tackle it. We're gonna redo it with a 1/4 inch round over. We're gonna take a good shot at this and see if we can't get this back to how back looking good. I'm going to tackle the rest of these, and I'll bring it back once it's done for the final sanding. Hey guys, welcome back. Got all the sanding done. Figured I should do that off camera because it took me quite a while, and no one likes to sit and just watch somebody hand sand for even sped up. It's kind of boring. So we're going to do the gluing in 2 stages. Kind of figured that would be easier. We have this face frame to go on, and then we have the side rails to reattach. Now I did the final sanding before the gluing. Most people don't like doing that. I do, because that way I know that it's ready for, I can just hit it quick with a sander. If I have any excess to adjust for, which I don't believe I'm going to in this instance. I do a really good job sanding. Alright, I got my bowl of hot water here and my nice clean sponge for wiping away excess. Because this is a finished piece, so we want to make it look really nice. So we're going to put a light trail of wood glue right along here. Now this piece does not have any fasteners, which is, kind of weird, but it works. Now we're gonna just use our finger and spread it out. It is kind of thick. I did put on a little bit much, but that's why we have the sponge. Sorry guys, card ran out of room. But yeah, let me grab you here and give you a close-up look. We spin. Right. Yeah, I'm freehanding you. My card filled up, so you take a look here. It's drying really nice. Got all the glue cleaned up. While wood glue is still wet, even the enter product name here, number 2, the waterproof stuff, it's still water soluble while it's wet. So you can easily clean it up with a damp sponge, as you can see here. It looks really good. I will have to hack this with the sander a little bit, just clean up some of this unevenness in places, like right here. I don't know if you can see it, but I certainly can. And then it'll be on to final assembly And then probably another quick sanding and finish. All right, I got our piece locked in here in my vise. It's nice and sturdy, very well supported, so I can just take a little bit off at a time here. Guys, welcome back. As you can see, it's all the clamps now. I gave it a while for the glue to set. It's set pretty good. I've got the nails back into some of the original holes. Now some of them don't really line up, and that can happen when you're putting something back together, when you have to re-glue it. So not a big deal. But for now, we are going to get these nails set in with a nail set. A lot of people like using a bunch of different things. I've seen pens, I've seen, actual nail sets. I like using a center punch. Alright, we're back. We're going to put the towel bar back in. Using the same screws. Nothing wrong with them. Alright, that's all I can see and get for right now, so that'll have to be good. I'll flip it over later and get it and finish it up if I need to. But no, I think it looks good. Little key note here, while it's drying, try not to kick up any sparks or dust, because they'll just settle in your polyurethane and then you gotta sand it over and do it all over again. So, that's it. Only took a few hours of work. Not a bad project. It was kind of fun. Something really fun you can do with your family, with your kids, all that fun stuff. People are always afraid of tackling repair and restoration jobs, but they're not that hard.